Hello, my name is Hannah Davis. I have the great pleasure of working at Metro's Housing Division located in the Planning Department. Today, I'm here to talk to you about an exciting new tool, our Mixed Income Pilot. So why a Mixed Income Pilot? The purpose is to incentivize mixed income housing that is affordable to households with incomes at or below 50% of area median income. These units will be located in multifamily properties that otherwise would not have any income restricted units. Based on the percentage of income restricted units made available, the city offers then a tiered program whereby a percent of property taxes are abated for a specified number of years. Let's review the program parameters. The property must be located in Nashville, Davidson County. At least 60% of units must not be income restricted, and the project must demonstrate a range of rents. It cannot be combined with other pilot programs, low-income housing tax credit, or local subsidies. We'll have a 15-year term with step down in years 11 through 15. Eligible properties must be new construction or significant improvement, meaning no loss of current tax revenue. And this tool applies only to the residential portion of a development. All units must be built and maintained to uniform standards in both construction and operations. Income restricted units must be comparable to unrestricted units. Must comply with fair housing laws and must develop an affirmative marketing plan. Approved projects must list units on Metro's Housing Division's resident portal once that technology is launched. The abatement percentage is based on post-construction or improvement tax liability, and the total annual abatement amount cannot exceed $3 million. Now let's review the pilot tiers. Why this structure? The purpose here is to provide clarity, predictability, and transparency. The developer selects an incentive they are requesting, and the city derives clear benefit in affordable and deeply affordable units. So Tier 1 offers a 70% abatement. This is the only tier that has an additional bonus for properties located in the Urban Zoning Overlay, or the UZO. For properties that qualify in Tier 1A or Tier 1B and are additionally located in the UZO, they can access an 80% abatement. Tier 1A is properties in which the average income for 20% of units is 50% or below the AMI. Tier 1B is properties in which the average income for 40% of the units is 75% or below AMI. Tier 2 is 65% abatement. Qualifying properties in which the average income for 10% of the units is 50% or below AMI, and average income for 50% of units is 75% or below the AMI, exclusive of the other units meeting the 50% AMI test. And Tier 3 is a 60% abatement. This is available to properties in which the average income for 30% of units is 75% or below the AMI. So let's review how a pilot works. A pilot is an acronym. It stands for Payment in Lieu of Taxes. So the application was structured based on program guidelines that Metro Council approved on May 5th. Today we're here to launch the applications, and then beginning July 30th, housing staff will review those applications. The Health and Ed Board will have final approval for pilots. The structure of a pilot is that approved applicants will transfer the ownership of the property to the Health and Ed Board, and the Health and Ed Board will lease it back to them. Executed pilot contracts will include a payment schedule, and payments must be made annually to Metro. Now, how do we calculate that pilot payment? So first we have the base year. Again, no revenue can be removed from tax rolls. So the base year tax is calculated at the year of approval. Next, a third-party fee appraisal will determine what the taxes would have been in the first year of the pilot without an abatement. That amount will be used to calculate the amount after the abatement, and then the base year taxes for the property will be added in to calculate the year one abatement. From that year one abatement amount, we will determine the payment schedule. This payment schedule will incorporate a 3.5 annual increase for properties outside the UZO Remember, that's our urban zoning overlay, and a 4% annual increase for properties within the UZO. Again, in years 11 through 15, the abatement steps down until the owner is again paying the full tax amount in year 16. Applications will be reviewed by our Housing Division staff beginning July 30th. The criteria are as follows: completeness of application and submission of all required documentation. High rent submarkets will be given priority. Applicants with the largest gap between their submarket rents and the AMIs at which they apply will be given priority. In order to verify this, applicants will need to engage a third-party market study that verifies the submarket rents. A secondary priority is timing. Applicants with proof of near-term move-in date will be given priority. This will need to be verified by permits obtained through Metro. Round 1 application reviews will be completed by September 30th. Approved applicants will be notified prior to public notice of the Health and Ed Board meeting. Approved applicants must attend that meeting, as that is where the Health and Ed Board will vote. The Metro Housing Division will coordinate with legal to prepare closing documents, and the pilot must close within 6 months of approval. For specific questions about your application, please contact metrohousing@nashville.gov. Questions that are received multiple times will be compiled in an FAQ supplement and posted to the Health and Ed Board website. Additional tools may be shared as they are deemed helpful, including a template for calculations, so make sure to check back at the Health and Ed Board website. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm so grateful to each of you who works alongside of us to achieve our shared vision of housing security for all Nashvillians.